Hi, collective. I hope that all is well today. Today we are going to learn about tarot cards. We're going to learn the meaning of the tarot cards. I'm sure that some of you are just like, how in the world is it that people can read what I am thinking, read what I know, read what's going on, and tell me what's going on in these cards? What are the cards telling them that I don't know? So today we're going to do it together. I'm going to teach you about the first card in the major arcana, and it is the Fool. Okay. While you're looking at the Fool card, I want you to look at everything that's happening in this card. There's sun, there's a number, there are different things happening in this card. There's a dog. You also need to pay attention to what they have on. You should also pay attention to where they're standing, how they're standing, and what they are carrying, what they're not carrying, and so forth and so on, okay? So with this one, we're going to start off with the picture itself. The picture itself is of a young man, and in tarot, it really doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. There is no gender in tarot, actually. So if I'm talking to you and you are asking a question about a man, then it's talking about a man. If I'm talking to you and you're asking a question about a woman, it's about a woman, okay? So in this picture, there's a young man, but it kind of has like feminine features because it's kind of like he has on a dress, kind of, okay? But again, the journey can be experienced from both male and female perspectives. And when you think of the Fool card, you think of foolish or ignorant. And it's kind of ignorant as in the meaning of, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to go on if I make this step. But the Fool card is not a bad card. It's the beginning of a new era, okay? When you get the Fool card, it means infinite potential, new beginnings, freedom, innocence, taking a leap of faith, and starting a new journey. Okay, so that's what the Fool card means. All right, again, like I said, it doesn't mean you're stupid. It doesn't mean anything that you're doing. It doesn't refer to being anything as far as stupidity. Okay, when you look at the Fool card, you can see the direction that it's going in. And when you look at the Fool card, it's supposed to be facing the northwest direction, okay? And that is the direction of the unknown. Like any journey, the end is unclear. When you look at this card, it's impossible to see what lies below. You don't know what's on the ledge. All right, so when you look at the Fool card, you see him or her standing there holding a wand, wearing a white shirt, a flower dress. There's the dog. They're holding a white rose. It's a white sun. Okay? All right. Now let's talk about the wand. The wand that they're carrying says that the burden of carrying past experiences, but it's also a magic wand. So the bag is symbolizing past experience or the burdens that they're carrying. The black refers to the unconscious, while the wand symbolizes the power of manifestation. And you will see the same wand in Six of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of like a magic wand, okay? So try to remember that when we get to the Six of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. All right? The clothing that they're wearing. The clothing is a white undershirt, which symbolizes purity and potential. The top shirt is floral, and it indicates that the Fool is more interested in aesthetics than utility. The shirt shows the ability to live day by day without worry. All right, so let's talk about his legs. Now, the legs are in motion, which means forward movement. Okay, while the yellow tights and the boots indicate the manifestation of the sun consciousness. So the yellow is representing the sun and self-realization. And it represents that despite him not knowing where he's going to move forward anyway with self-confidence. So when you look at the Fool card, I am starting a new journey. I'm starting something new. I'm stepping into it. I'm stepping into my leap of faith. I'm taking a leap of faith. All right. So in the background, you see the mountains. The mountains are the highest point on earth, and they symbolize ascension into higher consciousness. While they are obstacles, progress can be made by climbing upwards and deeper through self-examination. The highest peak symbolizes enlightenment, but can't be reached without first climbing the other mountains. So again, the Fool is telling you to step out on faith. All right, let's go to the number. The number 0 symbolizes new beginnings, eternity in itself, the source of all. In tarot decks, it's neither the first card or the last of the major arcana, but rather it represents the potential of all the other cards. Okay, so the 0 at the top. All right, the rising sun. The rising sun indicates the start of a journey, ascension into strength, and the connection to the divine power. In connection with the other white symbols, it represents a blank slate. So the other white symbols that are on this card will be the dog, the shirt, and the top of the mountains. So they all go together. They all symbolize a blank slate. I'm stepping into something new. Okay? All right, comment if that makes sense to you so far. Are you stepping into something new? All right, so on here we have a red feather. And the red feather is on top of the bag, on top of the black wand. Okay? It's in between the wand and the bag. And this symbolizes the mortal life of the Fool, or the flame of life. It can indicate that someone who is led by, it can indicate someone who is led by heart and soul rather than instinct. Okay? So that's what the red feather means. The wallet, the bag that's hanging from the black magic wand, is thought to carry memory and instinct. So this is your burden. The bag that he is carrying is the burden. It's carrying everything that you remember or everything that has gone on in your past. Okay? That's what the wallet is for. It's also interpreted to signify that it's carrying 4 tools it's carrying 4 tools of the magician inside the bag. The wallet is marked with an eagle. Okay, so this little design on the bag is an eagle. And it's referring to the sign of Scorpio. All right, what does the white rose mean? The white rose shows that the Fool is free from animal desire and denotes purity and innocence. The rose also indicates that the best is yet to come. And the rose is also pictured on the death card. So again, remember that the white rose is pictured on the death card, but it indicates the best is yet to come. Because when you pick the death card, it means something's ending, but it's okay. All right, the white dog. The white dog symbolizes man's evolution from beast and how he has some control over the natural world. The dog is following him. The dog looks happy to follow him too. So again, it represents a clean slate, a blank slate, purity of intention because it's a white dog. And also, the dog may represent intuition, protection, and the dog might be trying to guide him. It just depends on how you're reading the cards. And sometimes the dog shows up as a warning. All right, the ledge. So the cliff. The cliff is showing you that he's about to step out on faith. And he has no idea what's on the other side. But I'm going to go through it. I'm going to do it anyway. And it indicates the next step in your journey. And it can also indicate mental blockages. And it can also indicate blockages from your potential. What else? It means entering the unknown, leaving the past behind, and risk. Taking a risk, okay? Let's see, what else? The white rose might symbolize purity, an open heart, and starting a new journey without bitterness or baggage. Let's see. The small bag might represent past experiences, hidden skills, or karmic lessons. So again, it might mean that those are your burdens that is carrying on his shoulder, but it's just because he's already been through it. He's had those burdens. He knows what they are. He's been there. He's done that. But he still has to carry them because he's already gone through it. And he's still going to take a leap of faith, jump out on faith, and go with the flow. All right, so when you see the card in the sun represents optimism, spiritual guidance, and divine support. When you pick the Fool card and it's in the upright position, it's meaning that you're starting a new chapter. You're trusting yourself. Again, like I said, taking a leap of faith. You're leaving your comfort behind, but you're going to go with the flow. You're going to step out on faith and get to the next side. If you pick the card, the Fool card, and it's in connection with love, love means you're starting a new relationship. You're dating someone that you did not expect to date, or you're dating and did not expect to date. It represents emotional vulnerability. If you pick the Fool card and you are asking a question about career, then it means you're starting a new job, you're starting a new business, or you're pursuing a new position at work, okay, at your job. If you are asking a question about life, it means you're moving somewhere new, you're having a spiritual awakening, and you're doing something that people might think is crazy, but you don't think it's crazy, and you're going to do it anyway. All right? If you pick the card and it's in the reverse, that's when the energy changes, like you're doing an energy shift. And it usually means that there is a reckless decision being made, so don't do it. It's a warning sign. It's a fear of starting. It means immaturity. It means you're being naive, or you're afraid to do something. Or you're doing something without thinking. So when you pick up this card, you need to read the energy. You need to understand what the question is asking. That way you will know how to respond to when you pick this card. Like if it's a love question, how would you respond to it if it's a love question? If it's a life question, how would you respond? What would the picture say to you then? All right, so in the comments, I want you to tell me exactly what you think, see, and feel when you see this card. All right, collective, that is the Fool. And again, like I said, tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel. What is your question? And why did you get the Fool card? Okay? Thank you so much for your time. And comment, like, and share. And remember, if nobody told you today that you are loved, I love you. And you have a good day.